Right, we are live. Good evening and welcome to WNR Championship in Bahrain. Just had an epic race in League One, and one of the drivers reserving that I told to start from the back there has only gone and won it. His first ever WNR win. Bradfield joins us in the commentary box tonight. He's obviously in his usual AlphaTauri seat, as you can see, for the championship. Yeah, he reserved in League One and he went and won it. It was a fantastic race. If you didn't see it, go and check it out, or the highlights when they were brought out during the week. It really was an epic race. We hope for more the same today. We're just waiting for Theo at the moment. He's got an update that he's forgotten to do. He's 3 minutes late, so obviously he's going to get a warning point for not making the 10 past time. I know obviously should be checking obviously if we've got the updates, but he knows his mistake. We'll quickly see how long he's going to be, and then we'll get started once we get that ready. See if there's another driver on standby quickly, just in case. Got a message out to someone, so if Theo doesn't make it in a minute, we can get someone else in. Theo's saying he's going to be a minute or two. It needs to be before 4:15. Have a quick look through the comments in a minute. I'm just using, it's on Discord at the moment, and then we'll come over. Right, Theo's is copying 59%. That is going to take more than I think that might take a while. We might just have to start with 19 and
it's a shame, really.
Yeah, it is a shame. So Theo's Q2 bound to be carried over to the next race. We go at 8:15, whether we've got one driver in the lobby or whether we've got 20 drivers in the lobby. Vintage hasn't picked his car. I'm not quite sure why. He is racing for AlphaTauri tonight. Yeah, as you can see, we quickly have a look through the grid. The people that are in the lobby, right, 8:15, so everyone can ready up. Let's go. Yeah, Vintage AlphaTauri, there we go. It is the usual grid. We've got Dylan reserving again. This time he's in Ferrari. He had a cracking race. Well, he didn't get on the podium, did he? But he was really quick. I think he got pole position, didn't he, in League One? Couldn't live up to it in the race, so hopefully have a better chance. But here we've got Curly Red, who's new to us. He joined in. We had another driver message saying we've got someone waiting to reserve if you need them. Curly Red is the driver. He'll be racing for Racing Point after Crypto Galaboy dropped out because he's having issues with his PlayStation. And that is the grid then. So we'll wait. Not everyone's readied up yet. We'll just wait. There we go. People are starting to ready up. So we are going to go. Unfortunately, Theo's not been able to join us. Obviously, he knows the rules. He can't join in the middle of the race, otherwise it does cock up the lobby. Adam's saying, can we just start and Theo join that? Yeah, we like I say, after some of the lateness we've had before this season, that's one thing we've said, we will start on the dot time-wise. Didn't quite go to plan the first race. We're waiting 5 minutes, but that's the whole reason behind the 10 pass be in the lobby for, because if you're not in the lobby by then, we've then got 5 minutes to sort reserves out, and if we can't do that, we just go anyway. Yeah, as Chazza was saying, it'll glitch the lobby. Yeah, it always does. If you join late, it'll end up kicking you, it'll end up flying you off at the start of the race, a mile in front, or you'll have to leave the session to join back. It does all sorts of stupid things, which it shouldn't do, the server really, but at the same time, you should be on time. Theo saying it's almost ready. Unfortunately, it's now 16 past. We have started, so nothing we can do about that. Unfortunately, it is a shame, of course. That's a Nunda thing to do. Saying, Jazza, couldn't find my phone the whole day. Never bothered to check under my pillow. It's a Nunda thing to do. That's a. Oh, I'm speechless. Anyway, here we are then. Q1. Only got 19 cars. Brandon has got a full quali ban as well, so we're only going to have 3 cars going out. Brandon's full quali ban was for no footage of last week after he was involved in a couple of incidents, which he was in Australia, I think, as well. So he does need to be especially careful today, Brandon, because he is racking up the warnings in the points, but he's been super quick as well. He's quick in Q1 last week, so definitely one to watch out for. Crawling up the field. Says everyone's still in the pits, but I don't think everyone is. Obviously, we've got a delay. Are you all in the lobby now? Are you in the race? In the quali?
Yeah, now going out.
We can see cars now going out. What's the timing screen on yours say?
I don't know. I literally just put the setup on. Went out.
We were probably about 50 seconds. Theo saying it's done. Yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm not sure when the update was. I think it was Monday or Tuesday. He's saying he's not got that done yet, but
got to get it done.
Of course, yeah. I mean, if we can't bend the rules for anyone, we just got to keep them the same. Unfortunately, no matter what the reason, the only fair and consistent way to do it is if you're late, you're late. Which is unfortunate, I know, but nothing we can do. It's just one of those things, and look forward to seeing Theo next week. Obviously he's got his Q2 ban next week now as well, so obviously he's not looking too good for Theo at the moment. He has got some points on the board though. We'll take you through the standings soon. He got some points in Australia, so he's not in immediate threat off the bottom 3, so he has got a bit of breathing space, which is good for him. Chaz is saying we had a good race in League 1 earlier on. Hopefully the Championship can live up to the hype of League 1. Well, like I say, last week, of course we can't go long without mentioning it. It was absolutely phenomenal, wasn't it? We had probably the best weekend in WNR history. Not a single DNF in the Premier League or the Championship. It was absolutely incredible. Do not expect the exact same thing this weekend. You can never expect that on a race on this game, but it was incredible for Vietnam as well. So many twists and turns. So it'd be a lot for these to live up to. Yeah, as Chaz was saying, League 1 race, it really was good. Go and check out the race for that. It's really worth watching. And Brandon's coming in the pits. Not sure if he invalidated Lissa next lap or something, but he's not happy. Anyway, we'll go on board with Adam, and he's going to be first to start his lap. He's got, oh, of course, yeah, Brandon's got the full quali ban. Yeah, of course he has. So he would have just gone out to do an out lap to make sure, well, get his setup on and test it out. Yeah, for the moment, saying why is Brandon's on the track there? Yeah, that's fine. As long as you don't set a time, as long as you can go out to an out lap. Have a look through the comments from later on. Becca said evening, Sloth said evening, Dylan said evening, Chaz said evening, so did Vintage, evening to you all guys, great to see you. Bradfield going to party all weekend. I've heard he's already been sharing things on Facebook, he's already been spreading word around the household.
Living the
dream. He's won a race, he really is living the dream. Unbelievable. Still in shock. I think he is. But obviously he has been on the drink now partying, so don't surprise me. Wouldn't surprise me if he had a little spin in a minute. He'll clip this right hander in a second here and go flying to the wall. Watch, watch, watch. Oh, he's staying away from it deliberately now. Looking neat and tidy from Bradfield then. Of course the pace in this league, no disrespect to League 1, it is slightly quicker, isn't it? We've got some of the drivers in here incredible. The Parkter. We've got Liam as well, Argentina, Sloth, Vice Sheng. It's great to see him back tonight as Adam is the 126.6. Let's see what Bradfield does. It's a 126.1, so he's 6 cents clear of Adam. It's not a huge difference really. Julie's going to be up next. DRS is open. Let's see where Julie goes. He goes up to P2, 126.3. Slots in the middle of them. Next car up is going to be Vice Sheng. Oh, he's coming in the pits. He's invalidated his lap. Next one's going to be Liam. Let's see what Liam can do. Liam's up to P3, only P3 for Liam, 126.6. I'd expect to be quicker than that. He weren't great in quali last week though either, so yeah, not sure about Liam. He had a great race in the end though. He got plenty of points towards the end of the race. Next car going to be to cross the line is the Alpha Fox. Let's see what he can do. DRS is open. He crosses the line, P5 for the Alpha Fox. That's just a slow lap, and he's backed out of this one as well, so it's not a great start for the Alpha Fox. Plenty of time left though to make up for it. Sloth's on his out lap. Next car to cross the line, I think that's going to be Rentbo and her lab. We'll go on board with her. Awful race last season, same McKenty. Oh, he didn't make more than 5 laps last time. I don't remember it. It was right at the beginning of the season when it Bahrain. Don't remember it too well, but McKenty obviously does. And Rempo goes P1, 125.7. Saw her in a race Bahrain earlier in the week. I think she enjoyed. As we see, Woods got to P6.
She likes Bahrain, doesn't she?
Yeah, it's definitely one to watch out for today.
Can't
But then, like I say,
stand it.
McKenty, the Parks, yeah, of course you can't stand it. You just won the first ever Lemon race.
No, I don't like the track. I hate it.
I was looking for pink on the stands. Of course, I've only got one pink car. Two drivers backed out late on because of issues with the game, and they're both racing points. So we've gone from having Cryptic Alibi and Theo half an hour ago to now just having Curly Red in Racing Point. Not a great debut, is it? You come into the team and you're carrying them on your own, but let's see what Curly Red can do, and he invalidates as we say that. Liam's up into P4, but he's coming into the pits there, and Red Bull double stacking in the pits. Hopefully he won't do that in the race, and the Parks are going very wide at the final turn, but he's not invalidated the next lap, so he is going to start his lap. I think we're going to... Is that Williams is going to be next? It is. It's going to be Sloth's invalidated his lap as well. It's not really a track where you get many penalties, so I'm not too sure when quite a few of them have been invalidating, but it's going to cost them. But it's a track where tyre wear is really bad, so you don't want to be invalidating too many laps around here. Alpha Fox is going to be next. He is coming into the pits, so of course, and I think it's Dylan coming across the line to start his lap. We then got that's Woods when he's in that. Rempo down there in that. We then got Argentina on an out lap, Curly Red on an invalidated lap. We actually got anyone on the lap here. Dylan has just started his lap. Sloth is going for another go at it. So Sloth, I think, is actually only... Oh no, it's going to be Leparts, isn't it? Yeah, we'll go on board with Leparts, then we'll go overhead view, so you can watch this and I'll read through the comments. Got JH in the comments. Just want to say huge thanks for Argentina, who found my missing dog Dobby during the week. He refused the cash reward also. Great racer and even greater human. Oh, it's absolutely brilliant to hear. No really focus on the race, and it was great to hear nice stories like that as well about the people. We've not only got great racers but great people as well. That's brilliant. Lovely comment there from JH. Fair play to you, Argentina. Good points, Jake. I've had a shocking start to the season. That's talking about Jake the Slayer. He's made a few comments. Pace isn't great, only half decent on softs here. He was slower last year, but kept clean to get good points. And the Park goes P2, and that really does show how quick Rempo is around it, because it's 3 tenths slower than Rempo's time. And the Park, we know, is one of our quickest qualifiers, although he did start to... not sure, I can't remember what he did last week, but I don't think he qualified too high up, did he? Yeah, he started 11th, didn't he? He went for the mediums in Q2 and just missed out and started 11th. Anyway, Dylan's going to be next across the line. Let's see what he can do. Up to P2 for Dylan, and he got pole position in the League 1 race, and it's a Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. He got P1 in the League 1 race. His quali pace was incredible. Couldn't live up to it in the race, as we said, but he's really one to watch out for them. Woods is doing a practice race run, I think. Vintage is now starting an out lap. Next card across the line is going to be Argentina. He's now starting to go through Sector 3, so we'll keep an eye on him. Becca's saying Ferrari 1-2 at the moment. Oh, stunning. You can tell they're not unrealistic, can't you? Yeah, doing really well for Ferrari at the moment.
It's
she
tried
to sneak Curly Red in as her teammate for Ferrari. I think she's happy she didn't do that now, because Curly Red's invalidated and her new teammate's up in the P2. Dylan is a fan of this track, saying Chazzy. Definitely, you can tell, can't you? Pace he's got is incredible. Quicker than the Parks, quicker than Sloth, and obviously he's a League 1 racer as well. McKenty on an out lap lane. I'm not sure, is that McKenty or is it Liam? It is Liam, actually. Liam's now going to start his lap. Evening, Jake. Welcome to the Tilka Masterpiece, saying Tango. Only the one racing point today, as Shazza said. Yeah, of course. Shazza is a racing point racer in the Premier League himself, alongside McDonald. Miss Vice Shen got to P1, 125.5, and of course he's got some incredible pace, hasn't he?
Wow,
he retired, he's on minus points at the moment. It's a shame, because he's one of the quickest racers in the league. I'm pretty sure he's on minus points at the moment, because he retired in the pits after a full race in Australia, and he didn't turn up last week as well, so he does need the points to catch up to the guys at the top. Argentina, I think that's him coming into the pits. No, it's not. It must be the Alpha Fox. And where's the Alpha Fox? There he goes, going for another lap. It's on a new set of fresh softs as well, so this is his second set of softs on. Renault's back across the line. I think that's Woods. He's finally coming to the pits. He's done 4 laps on those tyres now. AlphaTauri coming to the pits as well. Is that Vintage coming in the pits? Yeah, it is. He's obviously, he's invalidated his lap. He's not going for it again. He might not have fueled up enough for a second lap. Argentina, I think that's on an in lap. And it is. He's now coming into the pits. Yeah, Liam down to P11 at the moment. He's in a bit of trouble. He's slightly up on the same set of tyres through sector 3, but not majorly up. Let's see what he does. And as he opens the DRS, comes across the line, Liam, and he does improve by 1/10.5, but not in terms of position. So Liam's in trouble at the moment, down in P11. Not something I expect to say at the beginning of the day. Weisheng now in that. McKenty, Liam's teammate, is about to cross the line. I think he was getting a slipstream from Weisheng, and McKenty splits the Ferraris up into P3. Much better there from that McLaren.
Yeah,
We've got
I think I might have to go out again.
Jake Desley's invalidated. Jake Desley's invalidated, but he is now going for it again. Curly Red on outlap then. He's just behind Jake, about to cross the line to start his lap. Sloth on an outlap as well. No, sorry, that's not Sloth, that's Ayrton. And Renfro's retired in the pit. She is safe, you'd think, anyway. We then have Alpha Fox crossing the line. He's gone for another lap, and he's gained some time, but he's still nowhere near the pace, Alpha Fox, at the moment. He's really struggling, man. Sakir, isn't he? And we get a bit of a break in play, so we'll quickly... Not bad for McKenty, saying Chazza. Love the track, saying Dylan. We can tell. Vintage span and broke his wing, so there we go. Vintage has had a problem then. We'll quickly have a look then, whilst there's a little break, into standings. Let's have a look then. Oh, that's Premier League. Don't want to be looking at that until tomorrow. I think, is that Shadows on a lap? It is Shadows, and he's going to get a nice little slipstream. No, he's not. Liam moves out of the way. He doesn't want to help. He doesn't want to help Shadows at all. Shadows across the line. He's up to P12. So he's just behind his teammate Woods, but he does get in front of Liam just about. McKenty's then on an in lap. We've then got Sloth on his out lap. Then there's the Mercedes of Jake for his second run. He's going to get this lap time set. DRS open and crosses the line, and it's P4 for Jake the Slayer on his second lap. It's a fantastic effort there. Let's see what Curly Red can do in P17. He's only up to P12 at the moment. Not a bad debut time in the league for him though. The Alpha Fox is next, and he's down again, so he's not going to be improving. He's going to have to come into the pits. He's going to have one final run at it. Not looking good for him at all. Vintage is now on an out lap as well. He'll be next, and I think the only driver on a lap at the moment, he's Sloth. So there he is, 5 thousandths up on the same set of soft tyres. So I'll leave you on board with him while we look through the standings. So we have got Liam, is the leader at the moment. He picked, or Sloth's backed out of this lap as well. He's the leader with 35. Then it's Laparta with 33. Argentina with 33. Sloth with 25. McKenty with 22. So that's the top 5, all incredibly close. There's Rempo in 6th. Jawley 7th, Shadows 8th, Theo is in 9th, Jake the Slayer in 10th. But yeah, Weisheng is bottom with -4 points. Cal Cohen not racing again today with -2. And DT Bev's also not racing today on 0 points as well. And the only others on 0 are Ayrton, Brandon, the Alpha Fox and Adam. So they'll really be looking to pick up points today, as will Weisheng. So yeah, as we said, Theo is in 9th at the moment with 6 points, so at least he has got a bit of a buffer over the next... well, this race, and of course the QT ban next week. It doesn't mean too much really, because anything can happen. Anyway, Sloth is P7 now. Don't think he improved on that time alone, to be fair. I was not watching at all. Sorry, Sloth. Make sure he watches next lap. Anyway, we've got, I think that's Adam now, about to cross the lines in P16. He needs to improve, and he does improve. I think he invalidated his time anyway. He is now going again. Curly Red, I think, is coming into the pits. And then got the AlphaTauri Vintage. Let's see what he can do on his lap. He's now coming straight. He had to stream for us in the last race. Unfortunately, he didn't get to race in his League One. So good to see he's got the opportunity to race now. And he crosses the line, 1:27.8. He gets ahead of the Alpha Fox up into P17. So as it stands, it's going to be Adam, ALR Vintage, the Alpha Fox and Brandon, the 4 going out. And as we just read out the names at the bottom of the standings, you can't say you'd be too surprised if any at those drivers going out at the moment. Although there's still anything to play for, with Liam in 15th and the Renaults in 13th and 14th. Definitely are in danger as well. So only a few attempts for Adam to make up, and surely Alpha Fox has got more time in his locker as well. But I'd safely say, oh yeah, look how close it is though. It's so close between 8th and 15th. Less than 3 tenths between 8th and 15th. 8 drivers there. So that's really close. Yeah, as we said, constructors then for the championship. Have a quick look. Here's McLaren in the lead with 57, and it's down to 33 for Alfa Romeo and Haas. And yeah, Red Bull unfortunately won -4 points because of Weisheng. Well, his misdemeanors, we should say, and Adam obviously not picking up any points yet. So last week's results, we'll have a little look through them. Obviously that was Vietnam, fantastic race. Sloth won, didn't he? It was topsy-turvy between Sloth and Argentina. He did get the win. Argentina was second, Leparts third, McKenty was fourth, Shadders fifth, Rembo sixth, Bradfield managed to get seventh, Liam only got eighth in the end. He did get a fastest lap as well, so it picked up an extra point for him. Well no, he did, he got sixth, didn't he? Yeah, of course, he did get sixth because there's a server error which pushed him down a couple of places, and Ayrton and Jake the Slayer picked up 9th and 10th. Oh no, I think they might change around as well because of a server error. Anyway, Adam is on another lap. He's not going to be improving by going that wide though, and a couple of cars now retiring the pits because they know that they are safe. Alpha Fox is on another lap as well. He's 4 tenths up through sector 1, and he needs that in every sector to stand any chance of going through. Liam and Shadders both on outlaps because they know they need to cover it off, and Alpha Fox makes a bit too much of that curve, but he cuts in nicely here. He loses traction a little bit. The Parker retires in the pits too. He knows he's safe. And yeah, I'd say anyone, probably top 9, definitely safe, I'd say. Don't take my word for that though, because anything can happen here, as we know from last week's race with Sloth and Argentina. Non-stop topsy-turvy, wasn't it? Argentina in P9 has retired in the pits, so he probably has taken my word for it. Oh, and Alpha Fox has lost it. Oh, yeah, that is Alpha Fox out of the session. He's clipped that right-hand curb, just like I thought Bradfield would earlier. Alpha Fox is going to be starting down 18th then. Not going to have time to get in and fix the wing. It's 47 seconds left in the session. Although we are about 40 seconds behind, still won't have time. Obviously won't be setting a decent lap with that broken wing. Vintage is in the pit, so he is all done as well. Adam did not improve either, and he is going slow, so we are done. Bit of an anticlimactic, I hope Adam didn't get in Wood's way, then he is only on an outlap anyway. Yeah, a bit of an anticlimactic end really, and obviously people listening to the stream will know, well, if they want to take my word for it, I might be tricking you just to see some of the bigger drivers go out. But no, Liam, yeah, he knows, he's coming in the pits. Brandon is out obviously after he had to retire in the pits. Bradfield's gone out on the same set of tyres anyway.
Yeah.
So we'll go on board with him, we'll watch his lap. It'd be funny if he crashed and lost his wheel and ended up starting 15th. But yeah, Brandon out in 19th after that full quali ban. Alpha Fox in 18th, just couldn't string it together, could he? Vintage in 17th, he's not going out again. Adam in 16th as well, just 2.5 tenths off Woods, Shadders and Liam, so he's not too far off, but he's not close enough. So they're going to be 4 drivers not making it through till the next session, and all we can do now is just watch Bradfield. I think Ayrton, Curly Red and Shadders all on laps as well. Some have backed out because they know they don't need to. I'm quite sure what Woods is doing there, but doesn't need to start this lap, although he's done something there. Yeah, Ayrton's going for it still. I think Shadders has backed out, as we said. Adam's now coming to the pits as he crossed the line and backed out anyway, and Bradfield's going to invalidate there anyway.
Yeah, I was
so there we go. Down. Nothing else to watch here. They're all just going to coast into the pits, and we're going to go through to Q2 anytime soon. Did Woods block Adam saying 4 minutes? Yeah, that's what I looked at and saw. Or did Woods block Adam? I looked up and I thought Adam blocked Woods, but Woods was only on an outlap. I didn't see that, no. Liam Quali's there, I'm uninstalling. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you won't be qualifying as low as 15th, but we know Liam's an incredibly quick drive and he can do anything in the races. Powell, the project saying, not quite sure what he's saying really. Not even going to attempt reading it. Good job, Jake the Slayer, saying serious mushroom. Yeah, second lap on those tyres as well, so he's definitely got some more pace in the bag too. So Jake the Slayer is looking incredibly quick. Curly Red actually went up to P4. We missed that. Apologies to Curly Red. We went up to P4, so he's got some decent pace as well. Another one to watch out for. Great to see him reserving with us tonight. Still think Becca's got pole here, saying serious mushroom. Yeah, well, Becca obviously being Rentbo. It's a fantastic lap she set there in P2 in that Ferrari. Ferrari looking really strong. Strong reserve to over Dylan too. So yes, looking really, really closing in. Red Bull, Ferrari, McLaren, Racing Point, Mercedes, Ferrari, Alfa Romeo, Williams, Alfa Tauri, Haas. So out of the top 10, there's only one constructor so far with both cars, and that's Ferrari. So it's evenly spread out between the teams as well. Just a Renault not getting a car in the top 10 at the moment. That means absolutely nothing though for now, because I'm sure some of these cars, especially Liam, has got a bit more pace in reserve and wasn't showing their full strength in that session. And of course, there's a lot of it is about strategy here. As we saw in a League One race, a lot of people just went for the softs. The whole top 10 started on softs, but when it is short qualifying like it is in League One, a lot of people just go for the softs because it is only one session, so they might as well. And of course, it only gives you one set of mediums, so if you want to go for mediums, it's a bit of a boring quali just doing one run. So that's why a lot of people do it. But for here, I think a one-stop medium hard is the best strategy. And again, I know it sounds boring, but it's a lot quicker than the medium soft round here. I know tyre wear is not so great, but it's just manageable enough to do the medium hard. If you're starting outside the top 10, I'd recommend a hard medium. That's what I did in the race the other day, and that worked really well. And as you can see already, look at the amount of cars that have switched to mediums. Liam switched to the wets. Not quite sure he wants to go out on them. I mean, he might have been slow in that session, but he's trying to work wonders with wets. A couple of cars out on track already. They are keen. Intermediates from McKenty. What a McLaren playing at here. Is it meant to be raining, or are they just on the wind up? Why is Theo not in the race? And James, unfortunately, Theo had an update to do on his game and it wasn't done in time, so fortunately he couldn't make it. Both Renaults in Q2 saying young Tommy obviously Renault driver. I just remembered actually, young Tommy said he could reserve for this race. Completely forgot about that. We could have asked him to jump in last minute. Argentina's now on the inters as well. I think they're having a bit of a wind up between themselves. But yeah, we weren't to know that Theo won't be done in time. He said it would be 1 minute at 2013. Obviously it wasn't, was it? So anyway, there's a place available to race in the Premier League tomorrow, so Tommy, if you want that, message me, mate, if you're available. And well, Tommy had a fantastic race in League One, didn't he, earlier on, battling out for a lead for the whole race pretty much side by side with Sam, so he's proved his worth. So if you can race, let us know. Elliot saying, and you can't wait 4 minutes. Oh my days, no, there's no one told us it'd be 4 minutes. Could have been half an hour. Anyway, who is on their lap? Wei Sheng. Here we go then. He set the pace in Q1. He is on the medium tyres. Only Woods is out on the softs at the moment. Bradfield just behind on the mediums as well, starting his lap. So yeah, Wei Sheng looking incredibly quick. McLaren knows something we don't, saying Vintage. They're both on the mediums now. Argentina's followed suit and gone in the inters. Quite sure why that's came up. What's happened there? There we go, and Wei Sheng, we're on board with him. So hard not to lose traction and clip this curb on this, but Wei Sheng's mastered it around there. Yeah, you got to have a high ride height around here, but of course you lose a lot of pace, and the straight is pretty long here, so that's what I mean. The amount of curves you want to go over here, they stick up quite a lot. Whereas you've got places like France where the red and white curves are flat, aren't they? They're flat on the same level as the track, so it doesn't make too much difference. And of course that is why you lose a lot of pace, because you want to go over them. It's quite bumpy around here, as you can see from Wei Sheng's lap. He is going on my lap, and Wei Sheng then, it's been a very tidy lap so far, isn't it? It's going to coast it across the line and does a 1:26.7 there. Next up's going to be Bradfield, I think, and he is just behind. Opens his DRS. How close is this going to be? He's 7 tenths off Wei Sheng. Wei Sheng looking incredibly quick. Next up is going to be, oh, it's McLaren. Liam starting his lap. It looked pink for a minute. I'm not sure I've gone colourblind for a minute, but that looked pink to me. Next one is going to be DJ Jawley on the mediums as well. DRS is open. He crosses the line and he's 3 tenths off Bradfield. So yeah, again, it just outlies Wei Sheng. Fantastic time that was from him.
Great lap from him, mate.
Woods on the softs is going to be next. Woods really taking as much of the curb as he can. I don't know why we've got a yellow flag through sector 3. It is for Dylan, just going slowly, I think, preparing to start his lap. We'll go back on board with Woods. First run on the softs then. Let's see how close he can get to Weisheng. Or maybe he can get ahead of Weisheng. The softs around here are a lot quicker than the mediums, but of course the wear on them means unless you're doing a two-stop... Well, mind you, Bradfield won the League 1 race doing a hard soft. He really managed the hards from the back of the field. He nursed them well and then went on softs to the end, so it is possible. And Woods, he's only snuck ahead of Bradfield on the soft tyres. Let's pull that there from Woods. The Parter's going to be next. DRS is open. He crosses the line and it's P2. Even he is 5 tenths off Weisheng, so he needs to find a bit more pace. If anyone's going to be challenging Weisheng, pole position. Weisheng, I'd say, definitely favourite at the moment. And there he is. He's now coming into the pits. He needs to get out of the way of Liam. Liam is on a lap on the medium tyres also. And he crosses the line in P3. It's much quicker from Liam. He's up there with the part. I still think Weisheng, though, look at his time. It's absolutely incredible. 1:26.7. We did discuss earlier on about him moving up to the Premier League, but he needs to prove his worth in this league first. Not picked up a point with us yet in this league, so he's definitely got to do it here first. I'd say Woods on the soft tyres, really not. I'm not sure if he made a mistake on his lap or not. Anyway, Rembo's going to be next then, P15. Going through sector 1, our time is going to be... .127.9 for Rembo through sector 1. Takes a bit of that curve there. Yeah, you would think if anyone went to the softs they'd be through, but of course it is nearly committing to a one-stop. Then I know Bradfield, obviously you started on hards and then went softs to the end, but if you start on the old softs, that's then makes a difference. Where if you start on fresh hards, of course it gives you an extra lap or two. Anyway, Sloth on his out lap. Next up to cross the line is going to be McKenty. He's also, that's not McKenty, it's going to be Liam, and he's already set his lap. McKenty's on an out lap. Dylan went up to P6. We didn't see that. I did see someone flick up, but we didn't actually see the time. Shadow's on a lap through sector 2 as well. He's got further than the Alpha Fox in Q1. Theo saying, Steve, you're not my dad. It's Steve Hill. Oh, I'm going to wind up in the comments. Anyway, Shadow's about to cross the line. 1:27.4, just ahead of his teammate Woods, but of course Woods set his lap on the softs as well. And we've just seen Jacob Slayer across the line to start his lap. McKenty's about to start his lap too, and then got Curly Red on that lap, about to start his lap, and then, oh, missed another lap, didn't I? Did we didn't see Rembo's lap, did we? She's gone up to P2, so it's still just over 2 tenths off Weisheng. Quality lap though, ahead of Lapart's and Liam. So yeah, those four looking strong, aren't they, at the moment? But it's going to take something special to beat Weisheng. Bit quiet at the moment now out on track. We've got, oh, mind you, we've got 4 cars on the laps. They're all at sector 1 or 2 though. Soft's going to be the first one of them. Don't argue with your father, you get backed off now. Not sure that is fair just to add at all. Oh, it's close to that curb there, Sloth. That could have ended up in disaster. As soon as you clip that curb, that's it, you're going to go flying into the wall. Kept it tidy though, Sloth. He's pushed it to the limits. Would the game bug out if I joined? Saying Theo, we never let anyone join since, for months, Theo. It's just in the middle of the session. It does lag it out. As Sloth takes P1. He's gone quicker than Weisheng. Of course, he set his lap about 5 minutes later than Weisheng did, so the track evolution would have helped him a little bit. So we now see Jake got to P4, and that's a good lap from Jake as well, so probably a bit of time there for Sloth. But yes, of course, you join in the middle of a lobby, you know, we don't do that, along with many other leagues, just because it tends to lag out. And as McKenty goes up to P5, but I see Curly Red Wick, and here he goes, he's only up to P11, just off Bradfield, so he's not even through the top 10 at the moment. Woods on his out lap on the medium tyres, of course, he on fitted, so there we go, he has set his time on the softs. Argentina and yet to set a lap, although Argentina's on an out lap. As we said earlier, it'll glitch you at the start, which will mean you'll have to drop back through the field. Sometimes the session won't even start until you leave it, and then it means leaving it, and you'll be miles back in last and coming back. But it's what's in the rules. It's just unfortunately one of those things where the game is being stupid, but unfortunately we just have to get on with it. And of course we can't leave 19 people waiting, especially when we don't know how long it's going to be for just one person. Argentina's on his lap then. What's his sector 1 time going to be? It's 27.9. You never rule out Argentina. Oh, mind you, he's gone a bit wide there. He's kept it validated though. But he took a lot of that curb, and he took a lot of this curb as well. Yeah, if you take a lot of the curbs in certain places here, it does cost you time. It's a good rest of sector 2 and sector 3. He's a bit wobbly there coming onto this little straight. It's not looking a fantastic lap from Argentina, but we know he's got incredible pace. As Curly Red just about gets out of the way though. Jawley's going out on the softs then, so he's going to go for it by the looks of it. It's been a much neater end of sector 2 for Argentina. It's a good start to sector 3 as well, and he needed that really. Not quite sure whether this is going to put him. You'd think it'd probably be ahead of both of the Renaults just about. I think he's coming in the pits though, yeah. He wasn't happy with the lap at all, and he is coming in the pits. We're not long left. He doesn't want to risk it, so I think he's just going to go for the softs now. Ayrton's still in the pits. He normally just stays for the mediums. Doesn't like going for the softs. He's probably just using one run of those mediums. He's going to wait until the track is in the best condition. Curly Red is in P11. He's now coming to the pits. I wonder if he'll change to the softs. Bradfield's in 10th. Woods in 9th after setting a lap on the softs. And he is now going for a lap on the mediums, and he's a few tenths down, so he's trying to beat his time on the softs with the mediums, which is possible because his first lap was pretty poor on the softs. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to do it or not. Becca saying, remember, stay off hards. I always locked up there, Woods. I don't mind the hards at this track. I think they're pretty good. I use them the other day. Of course, it helps you with strategy as well. If you're starting outside the top 10, I'd start on the hards here. If you're starting outside the top 10, Bradfield started on the hards from P17 or 18 in League One and won the race. So yeah, I quite like the hards around it. Yeah, Woods is not improving here at all, is he? He's not quick enough on the mediums to improve here. He's about to overtake Dylan. He's only come on a lap. Apart from Jawley's actually on a lap in sector 2 on the soft tyres as well. Depends on who goes on softs. Yeah, I reckon top 3 are safe. Oh, and McKenty's retired in the pits, so he's had enough. And then Woods is coming in the pits too. He's not happy with that. He wobbled and he wasn't going to improve. See what Jawley can do. He's 1.4 seconds up. Yeah. Oh, don't invalidate. Oh, he nearly did. Wouldn't surprise me if this went up to P1 for Jawley. I'd expect it to be with him being on the softs. He's a top driver, good qualifier in that Mercedes as well. Looks lovely. Should be P1 then, I think. He opens his DRS, crosses the line, and it is comfortably P1 by nearly a second for DJ Jawley. He's the first one to commit to starting on the softs then. And he should be safely through unless everyone else switches to softs in the next, well, 10 seconds, because there's 2 minutes on the clock. And a lot of people are still in the pits, so we're all going to have to rush out about now. And we have got a few cars coming out now, but it's loads staying in. And unless they leave it until literally the next 5 seconds and then have a really quick outlap. But Liam is going out. Anyway, Sloth, Weisheng, Rempo, Jacob Slay, McKenty and the Parkter, they're all done. Shadders is done in P9 as well. Woods is done in P10. Bradfield's going for another on the mediums. He only really needs to find half a tenth to get through. Although Ayrton is on mediums. Argentina's out on the softs. Curly Red's in the pits as well, so he decided not to go out. And who is this going out now? Is that Woods is now going out? He's not going to make it. There's 1:18 on the clock. He is not going to make it to the line, unfortunately. He's retired. He's come out on the track and then retired the car. I hope that doesn't affect anyone. He's not going to, thank goodness, but everyone else is done. And Bradfield has invalidated his lap, so he is out then, unfortunately. Dylan is on the mediums. Curly Red is in the pits. Ayrton's now going for a lap on the medium, so he could cling on to P12 here. Argentina's in 15th on the soft, setting his first lap, so he should be okay. Good luck all the drivers today, saying Cryptic. Doesn't matter, Sloth and Becker, you've still got the upper hand. DJ might struggle without a safety car. Yeah, of course, a safety car around that 5 or 6 would be great for Julie. It's something different though. He knows there's so many quick racers in here this year. So maybe trying something different, it might help. It's good to see a different strategy somewhere else. It's interesting for us to watch. It's Argentina and Ayrton are now on their laps in sector 1. Dylan's on, yeah, he's slightly down. Those tyres are well and truly buggered, aren't they? This is his 3rd lap on them. Definitely not getting the maximum performance out of them now. So there we go, the checkered flag waves them. So all the cars in the top 10 apart from Liam are done. Dylan then is about to cross the line. He might have had a good sector 3 because he is staying out to cross the line, and he does go up to P9. Dylan ahead of Shadders, ahead of Woods, ahead of Bradfield, knocks Woods out, pushes Shadders down. Let's see if Liam is up. Liam is up on his time as well, so he is safety through anyway. Dylan and Shadders are the ones now at risk from Ayrton. Of course, has got fresh tyres on now. He's been patient and waited till the end. Argentina on the softs as well, doing the same strategy as DJ Jawley. And yeah, I think Liam's heard me say he's safety through because he has backed off to save those tyres. Ayrton's about to cross the line. Where can Ayrton go? He doesn't improve. Well, he does set a time at least, but he doesn't go any further up than 14th. Argentina cross the line. I'm sure it'll be P1 or 2. It's P2. He's just 2/10 off Jawley. Knocks Shadders out, unfortunately, so both Renaults are out. P11 and P12. Bradfield in 13th. Curly Red in 14th on debut, and Ayrton is in 15th then. So there we go. We have our top 10 with Jawley and Argentina, who's in our shot now. The 2 drivers that will start on the soft tyres. That was a tense Q2, saying Dylan. Yeah, it really was. Only a couple of them decided to go for the softs. A lot would rather sit back, but of course you can see in quali the difference the softs has in terms of the times. Look at that. Jawley and Argentina miles clear, 7/10 there, clear of Sloth and Vice Sheng. And yeah, it was about a 10th between Dylan and Shadders in the end then. And Woods went on the softs and still couldn't get through, so he's definitely not got much pace today. And Bradfield will be slightly disappointed. I think Curly Red will be the most disappointed out of them. It's less than half a 10th between 11th and 14th, so Shadders has been quite lucky there. Although he might be unhappy. I'm presuming he'll be happy with 11th because he can start on fresh hards there or fresh mediums, whatever he wants to do. No, I'm Theo's dad. Everyone's going to be Theo's dad. Anyway, young Tommy says depends if you can manage the hards good enough without any battles. Yeah, 20 laps is definitely possible. That's exactly what Bradfield did. He did 20 laps, but he started at the back, he stayed out of trouble, he backed off at the start. He didn't have many battles really, as everyone just pitted in front. He overtook, he went past them. He didn't actually have to really overtake anyone, and he just eased them. And of course, the more pain you take in the first stint, the more gain you get later on. As both McLarens come out at the exact same time. Brilliant. Cryptic saying hard to soft is good start. I think he means a good strap if you can get through the traffic at the end. Yeah, of course. And Bradfield was 5th, wasn't he, when he came out? He managed to get past FaZe Bailey. He managed to get past Bazman on the final corner to get P3. And in 2 cars at the front, which were young Tommy and Sam, they were side by side for about 7 or 8 laps on the hard tyres, and they'd both got 3-second penalties from doing it. It was an incredible battle, absolutely incredible. They slowed each other up. They were braking on the straights just so the other car could get the other car get stopped from getting the DRS past the line. And yeah, so they slowed each other up so much, and that enabled Bradfield and Bazman to get within the 3-second range. So Bradfield took P1 by 1/10 of Bazman after getting on the final corner. It was an incredible race. Like I said earlier, go and check out the race. Theo will do the highlights for them, which we thank him for very much in the week. think they'll be coming out. I'm not sure. Theo's in the comments, not sure what day it is. I think it might be Wednesday, but that would definitely be one I'd want to watch. As we can see, all the cars are on the track now, apart from both Mercedes, who remain in the garage. On board with Argentina. The McLarens are going to be first. One's going to help each other. No, Liam's not helping McKenty at all. He's not going to give him a tow at all. And I wouldn't give my teammate a tow either, to be fair. Bradford had a bit of brilliant drive today, deserved the win all the way, saying young Tommy, and he's absolutely brilliant. Mike Cox. I played someone in FIFA with that name as well. Oh no, it weren't Small, it was Long, the last name. So, Liam, we'll see what his first sector time is going to be. In the orange, it's 27.8. 27.8 for McKenty as well. Wow. Very, very similar times for both McLarens. We're just going to go through in order then as they go through and cross the line. Let's try and get it straight. They're all close together. I think Jake Slaver is now out that. Geordie might only have one set of fresh tyres. Actually, he's probably got two sets of fresh tyres, but he'll only want to use one because he might try and do a soft, medium, soft, or a soft, hard, soft even. I don't know, it's not soft. Well, soft, hard, soft, I don't know. What's the strategy used in the last race as well? It didn't work out too much though. Anyway, Liam sets purple. McKenty takes that purple away though by the looks of it, and he did. So McKenty's quicker than Liam through sector 2. Real battle on here. Richie Ketley setting up the DJ. I'm going to clip that, Jake, saying Cryptic Alibi. Liam then opens DRS, and he's about to cross the line, and he does a 1:26.1, and McKenty beats him by 2 tenths. Next car's going to be Jake Desay. He's only on an outlap blow. Then it's going to be Rembo. No, it's not. It's going to be Dylan, but he's coming into the pits. The next up's going to be Vice Sheng, our favourite for pole position. Takes P1 for 1:25.3. The Parkers next is only a 1:26.0. 7 tenths for Vice Sheng. Incredible lap there from Vice Sheng. Argentina's going to be next. DRS is open. He crosses the line. It's a 1:25.6 from Argentina. That's an incredible lap there. Next is going to be Sloth. And Sloth must have been validated because he didn't set a time and he's now going again. Not the first time Sloth has done that. He's come pretty prone to doing that. And DJ Jawley is now on an outlap. Through sector 1. Next one to cross the line is going to be Rempo. A couple of times she's done this now. She's backed off from the pack and she's set. Says purple through set 2. Not sure if that means best of rest or not on this game. Don't think the game knows. She's done this a couple of times now. She's just backed off so she gets the TV time. I know her game. See a couple of people do this. Anyway, here she goes then. Onto the straight. We know she's got great pace here. Don't put anything. All this time's looking really good, by the way. And it's P2 for Rembo. It's less than 2 tenths off by Sheng. Really good effort there from Rembo up to P2. Just getting ahead of Argentina. Next up is going to be Jake the Slayer, and he's looked strong so far in quali, isn't he? Not right at the top, but stronger than we'd have expected from him anyway. He's now opened the DRS. Jake the Slayer crosses the line. It's a 1:25.6. Again, really good lap, ahead of McKenty by a few tenths. The Parks are down in 6th, Liam down in 7th then, so he's definitely struggling for some pace today. Sloth has invalidated again then, so he's going to have to come into pits now. I doubt he's got enough fuel to do a third run on these tyres, although he's not flashing. Fuel gauge isn't flashing, but he is coming into the pits. So Jawley's the only car about to now start a lap, so we'll go on board with him. He might be using a scrub set though, so I don't think this time will be great, and then using a fresh set right at the end. You'll get promoted to senior editor. I downed half a bottle of Southern Comfort as well, since it's his dad's birthday, young Tommy. Happy birthday to your dad, young Tommy. I was surprised that he raced that well. Yeah, he must have been gutted. He was battling for first and second for ages and then ended up 4th because of the penalty. So, unlucky to Tommy, but it's really good effort. Fantastic clean racing. Liam saying U set. I was U set for Liam as well, so there we go. So he has got more time in the bag then as well. Although it's 8 attempts to make up to Vice Sheng's. I'm not sure anyone's going to have that pace today. If anyone's going to do it, it looks like Rembo could. The Scarlet Red Ferrari of Rembo saying Nunda. Not quite sure what he's on about though. Hope it spins saying Cryptic Alibi. Yeah, I bet he wants everyone to spin. He'll be cheering on the debutante Curly Red in his seat tonight. William Healy saying DJ to win. Bet me house on it. Well, pretty sure you can say your house is safe. You never know. We're on board with Jawley now. If Q2 decided the race result, then he'd be doing well. But tidy lap so far from DJ anyway. That's one thing we learnt from last week. You just never know. You can never say never. Twice I said it looks like he's going to win now, and then that person didn't. Julie now opens his DRS. He crosses the line, and it's P8 for Julie. He's 4 tenths off Liam, 1.2 off Weisheng and P1. Everyone else in the pits. Julie's now in laps. That brings us to a bit of a null in the session, but I'm sure that won't be for long until all the cars go out for their second run. Hopefully Dylan and Sloth can get a time set this time. Of course Sloth as well, we forgot about him in the last session too. Sloth of course can really fight for pole position as well. He can't rule him out. The driver who won last week, and that was the battle last week, we'll talk about that quickly. It was Sloth. It looked like he was going to win it all the way, and all of a sudden Rempo decided she wanted to brake in the middle of a straight, and then Sloth got wing damage from that. Now after review, it wasn't deliberate from Rempo at all. She tried to let him through, and that's why no quali ban or anything was given. Yeah, of course Sloth wing damage, and then Argentina caught right up to the back of Sloth. And Argentina, although Sloth had a penalty, went for the move. He wanted to get the move done on the track, even though he didn't need to, which is fair enough. I know it's nice to cross the line first to win the race, and in doing it he outbraked himself, went flying into the wall, gave himself wing damage, and obviously couldn't catch back up within 3 seconds. So Sloth coasted it home for the win. So it was an incredible race between Sloth and Argentina. You never knew he was going to win. I thought I knew he was going to win. I was always wrong. Someone's homeless saying serious mushroom. Oh yeah, I said that wrong. He said DJ to win, bet me house, and I said his house would be safe. No, I got that wrong. Yeah, his house is. He'll be homeless tomorrow, mate. Might be homeless in a few minutes if we don't make it through turn 1. No, I'm sure we will. Can you say happy birthday to me, mate? Harriet boys. Happy birthday to Harriet. Safety car goes brrr, saying Cryptic Alibi. We had no safety car last weekend, did we? Oh, we had can't remember what it was. Yeah, it was in the Premier League, wasn't it? Jay Story and Jay Bradfield's incident. Yeah, there was no DNF from it though. Still only 2 cars on that. Yeah, still a bit early. I'd wait till about 2 minutes to come out. I'd say 2:10 just to allow time for a bit of traffic. But it's nice to be the last car on the track, so you know what you've got to do. If I was ever to make it to Q1, I'd be out right now, so you can talk about best constructors team. Anyway, hurry up, Dylan. We want to see someone race. There we go. He's revving up now. Thanks for that, Dylan. And he's about to come onto the straight to start his lap. Still only got himself and Jake the Slayer out on the track. Jake the Slayer's not too far behind. Although here comes the fuzz. They're all coming out now. Hopefully they don't get in Dylan's way. So you can see the cars beside coming out of the pits. There's 2 in front as well. They are Rentbo and the Ferrari, and one of the McLarens. I'm not quite sure which one. One's behind Dylan and one's in front. It's took a lot of that curb there, which doesn't lose him too much time. See what his time's going to be like. Obviously it won't give us a comparison to his first time, because there was no first time, as he failed to have said it. I just hope these 2 cars in front get out of the way. I'm sure one of them being Dylan's teammate will get out of the way. Might even give him a slipstream down the straight. That's what Rempo might be waiting for, playing the team game there. Everyone is now going out on the track. Last one's going to be Weisheng, and he's only now coming out of the pits. I'm not sure he's going to make it. And there we go, that Rempo's staying in the middle of the track. She's going to try and give Dylan a bit of a slipstream. There we go, look. So that might have given a bit of a tow along the straight, although she needs to get out of the way now. Oh, and she doesn't. Rempo's completely just blocked her teammate there, and that's Dylan's lap's done. He's going to have to save up and go for another lap. Blocked her teammate on the track. I'm sure that's something Dylan's going to have to say in the report about that. Looked like she was giving him a slipstream now. I don't know if she paused the game or what. And hopefully Dylan's got enough fuel to go for another lap. Anyway, we have now got Rempo herself on a lap, as well as Jake the Slayer. Serious Mushroom saying Sloth needs a clean lap here. Yeah, something he's failed to do quite a few times so far today. You know, we will. Who's going to be first? I'm not sure if Weisheng. No way Weisheng's going to make it. I'm not sure if he fell asleep in the pits or what, but Weisheng's not going to make it. Rentbo's going to be first then. And she is slightly up. She needs more. Oh, Jake the Slayer went up to P2. He missed that. Jake the Slayer went up to P2. Because he set his lap earlier, didn't he? Fantastic lap there from Jake the Slayer. I'm sure a couple of drivers will improve on that. But yeah, Weisheng's missed it by a mile. Checkered flag's out. He's not going to improve, and Rentbo's gone a bit deep there as well, so should have lost time. Oh, Becca saying serious mushroom in the comments. Yeah, she's got away with a warning last week for the incident with Sloth, but not sure the stewarding team's going to be as lenient on this one. Anyway, we'll save that for after the race. She's only 4 thousandths up here, so she might not only be not improving so much, but starting behind Jake the Slayer as well. She needs a fantastic final corner if she's to get ahead of Jake. She's not taking too much curb either, so let's see what she can do anyway. DRS is now open. Can she improve by much? She does get just ahead of Jake the Slayer. Back up to P2. Next up's going to be Liam's up to P5. Next is going to be Dylan. He's finally up to P5. Great to see. Leparked is back up to P5 though. McKenty's going to be next. He is up on his time. P4 for McKenty. Argentina's going to be next. He's coming in the pits. He invalidated his time. Jake the Slayer's down on his time. Julie's now coming across the line to set his time. What can he do? P7 for Julie. Great up there. Sloth's going to be last. What can Sloth do? It's pole position for Sloth.
Great lap.
The whole session, it looked like Weisheng was going to do it, and he messed up. He didn't. He got his timing all wrong. Came out late. And unfortunately, that has been costly because Sloth has stolen pole position from him. Weisheng, that was his to lose, and he lost it. Rentbo takes P3. Jake the Slayer takes P4. He set his lap pretty early, so no pressure was on him. Although he might have lost a bit of time. Might have got that P3 from Rentbo if he went a bit later with a quicker track. McKenty oh, it's gone away. We'll go through it again in a second. Dylan saying Rentbo repeated my first lap. Yes, Dylan, we saw that on stream. We thought we were saying how nice of a teammate she was being, giving you a slipstream, and then she completely blocked you. We saw it. So Sloth P1 by a bit of a margin as well, just over a tenth and a half. A further tenth back to Rentbo, 3 tenths back to Jake the Slayer. Look how close that is between McKenty, Argentina, and Leparkta. Really close, but McKenty gets 5th, Argentina 6th, Leparkta 7th, and look how close this is between Julie, Dylan, and Liam. Julie getting 8th, Dylan 9th, Liam down in 10th then, but 5.5 tenths separating the top 10. That's incredible effort there from those guys. Really well done to them. Mercedes, Ferrari and McLaren all with 2 cars through. So they're all looking good. And of course it's Julie and Argentina starting on a soft, so they might look good in the first couple of laps, although they will be the first ones to pit, you would think. Cheers for the toe, Jake, saying Zach. So Zach was obviously... that's Julie, and it'll be starting in P8. Liam's disappointed with that. Yeah, I know. I've always said I'd rather start P11 or P12 than start in P9th or 10th, but you got to go for it, especially when the margin's that close. If he'd have got a better lap together on another day, that'd have been P1 for Liam, and we know anything's possible for him in the race. Falling Bones will try to, but my pace on mediums and hards are a lot slower. Should still get top 10s. He's quite hopeful then. Just a big statement to get that round here. Niall saying, well in Jake, great lap. 500 between, yeah, we saw that vintage. Yeah, really happy with P4 saying Jake, and yeah, I definitely would be, especially in this field of drivers as well. Incredible. We just wait for the countdown to tick down then. I like starting P20 over P7 to 10, saying Crypto Gallop. Yeah, I think, yeah, I know there's a lot of people that say that as well. Anyway then, cars start their formation lap. Of course, only 19 drivers, which is a shame as Theo couldn't get in on time. Argentina, oh no, Argentina's left a session. Why does this stupid game do this? Always on the formation lap. Yes, and we did say hards. I did say hards are going to be quite good around here. And Shadders, Bradfield, Ayrton, Vintage, Alpha Fox have all listened, and they've all gone for the softs. So that's not 5 of the bottom 10, all on the hards and softs. 2 are on softs, and now Brandon starting last, trying to make his way through the field. Woods is on the softs as well, and then Curly Red and Adam have gone for the mediums. all got their benefits. Of course, if you start on hards and there's a safety car around, I don't know, lap 10 or 11, you then can't go on hards till the end again. So you're going to have to do 2 stops from there if you want to come in. So, of course, there are the disadvantage of hards. I just think there's more advantages on the whole. You can go hold cars up. You can obviously go long and have the fresher tyres at the end when other cars are struggling more. I just think it's more enjoyable. Take the pain at the beginning of the race and enjoy it at the end. And Argentina's out of the session again. We'll quickly get him another invite. We did give him a few at the beginning. I'm not sure what's going on here for Argentina. I really hope this doesn't keep happening. It seems to be different. It seems to just randomly pick different races every week, doesn't it? It's madness. So he should have a couple of spare invites still with that one we just given to him. Whilst we got time, we'll quickly get him another one. But the cars are now lining up, starting to line up. Quickly, where's Argentina? He has joined back. There we go. He's got another spare invite now as well. So it happens again. He's got space. Anyway, Sloth then on pole position. As we said, it's only Argentina and Julie in the top 10 on the soft tyres. The rest are on the mediums. We'll just wait for the cars at the back to form up. Brandon's done some overtaking the formation. I'm quite sure who that is right at the back there. Is that it? Who's that right at the back? Vintage. It's Vintage. He's been overtaken. The formation lap. He had a spin earlier on, didn't he, in qualifying? Anyway, we've got lights. Cars aren't revving up though, so don't believe a word of it. There we go. Look. Is anyone going to go jumping forward? No, there's no server glitches as it stands. Cars are now revving up. And we have got lights out and away we go here in Bahrain, and Sloth gets a good start by the looks of it. We've got a couple of changes. We've got wing damage already. What's happened there? I think that might be involving a McLaren, and there's cars. There's a Renault on the grass, and Sloth goes into the lead for P1. Rembo's fallen down a few positions down to P5, and she's got one back, and now she's made contact with Jake the Slayer. And the McLaren side by side with the Park 2 as well. Sloth's clearly in the lead. Weisheng second. Look at all these cars side by side. And oh, there's 4 cars, 4x4, and that never works. And it's not worked for the Park 2. He's had to spin, and he's down into P12. And Argentina's in trouble as well. And this has not been as good a start as we had the other day. And there's cars all over the place here. What is going on? The Park 2 really taking a funny line there. He got pushed to do it though. And Bradfield's in a bit of trouble as well down in peak 16. Sloth and Weisheng clearing up the field though. Julie and Jake the Slayer battling side by side with 2 Mercedes on different strategies. So it wouldn't surprise me if Jake let his teammate pass. He was sporting to him in qualifying as well. Argentina down to P16. I'm not sure if he's got wing damage. No, he hasn't. But of course, he had that issue at the beginning of the session. And Bradfield on the hard tyres. He does back out of the way, and that's a sensible thing to do. Although Argentina's struggling, it's made Bradfield go wide. And they've both lost positions because of it. Haas have had a terrible start. AlphaTauri have had a terrible start. They're bottom 4 cars, as Ayrton's now getting passed by Adam as well. He's gone really wide. Ayrton's lost a place to Curly Red as well. Eventful start then, although there's no huge carnage by the looks of it. A couple of no big spins either. No one's fallen far back. Sloth sets the fastest out, but he's under big pressure from Weisheng. No, they're side by side. Weisheng's not quite getting there in quick. He's going to be late on the brakes. Weisheng is late on the brakes. Sloth turns in. Weisheng's on the inside. Now Sloth's on the inside. And Sloth keeps P1 then. And the McLarens are P3 and 4. Would you look at that? Liam's gained 6 positions. And Weisheng's going for it down the inside again. Sloth's going to swoop in around the outside. Just about leaves enough room. They touch. And Sloth still keeps that P1. Well done to Sloth and Weisheng. Fantastic battling there. New battler in Weisheng. And he's got a good line here. He's going to fight it around the outside. He's going to swoop back on the inside. And oh, they make contact as Sloth started to lose a bit of traction there. Yeah, Liam's gained 6 positions up to P4. McKenty's gained 2 up to P3. Argentina down 9, unfortunately, P15. And Rembo's lost a couple of places. Jake the Slayer's lost a few places as well. I think Rembo and Jake the Slayer made contact. The Parks has lost 4 places too. Yeah, it looked like there was a bit of end play come flying off on the straight somewhere. I'm not quite sure where that came from. It's not that McLaren. I'm sure it's not that McLaren either. It's not from Rembo. It's from the Mercedes. It's from Julie. He's got wing damage. I'm not sure what happened then as Brandon's getting past Adam, and Brandon's starting on those softs. It's really helping. He's gained 7 positions. He's up into P12 now. But the McLarens are really catching up to this battle for P1 because they've been fighting each other. As you see, if you battle round here, you're going to lose a lot of time. And McKenty and Liam and Rentbo are now set the fastest lap because they're in clear air. So Rentbo's now got the fastest lap. Of course, you get a point for that. And Weisheng, Brandon's fastest lap now on the soft tyres. So cars in the clear air really gaining round here. It's a hot circuit, isn't it? We still got 19 cars running. Ayrton's had to pit, so Ayrton, has he pitted? I don't think he has pitted, has he? Yeah, he has pitted. So he must have been the car that had damage. Of course, Jawley's got damage as well, and as you can tell from Jawley, he's falling back, and that's allowing the top 5 to pull away. So they will be loving this. Of course, Jawley is trying to stay out and extend because he's on the soft tyres and he's going to have to pit in a few laps anyway. Wouldn't surprise if he let his teammate through on the straight low, and Liam is really closing up behind McKenty, but McKenty's not going to want to let him through because he's in DRS range himself of the top 2, and Sloth really going to be under pressure from Weisheng here. Oh, he might have gone 4 wheels off there, might have got a warning for that. And Sloth took the bit of the curb there, and I think Weisheng, Sloth's having to work it really hard to stay in front. I think Weisheng's looking better at the moment, he's looking more comfortable, but Sloth's doing a fantastic job to stay in front. So quick look in the comments. Damn it. Jawley has damage, saying Serious Mushroom. Yeah, he does. Not quite sure how it happened. I'm sure I saw Mercedes make contact with Rentbo. Weisheng not taking the best exit there onto the straight. Well, it could be good enough. He's got DRS now. He's got to watch out though from the car behind McKenty and Liam, and then Rentbo as well. And he's looking really good here. He's in the slipstream, and Jawley is in the pits. So Weisheng goes down the inside again. This time he's a bit further in front, and Sloth goes for the switchback. Weisheng takes P1. Sloth does really well on the switchback low, and he goes to the right hand side and he takes the lead back. Or does he? Yes, he does. Sloth takes the lead back, and they make contact. Sloth dives in pretty deep, and they've got to be careful because the 2 McLarens are there ready to pounce. We know how good those McLarens are. They weren't as good in quali, but they've proved in this race already that they are ready to race, and this race is there for them for the taking. And Rentbo down to P5, lost 2 positions at the start. She is there as well, and obviously there's a 2.3 second gap to Jake Desayer further back. All of these top 5 of course on the medium tyres as well, so it didn't work out too well for the ones that started on the softs. Argentina's down in 13th, Jawley's down in 18th. Rentbo really catching up, and Liam's really catching up to McKenty as well. In fact, Liam has gone a bit too deep there as well, and that's allowed Rentbo to have a run at him. And Weisheng is right. Oh, they've made contact. Weisheng has made contact with Sloth. He comes back on the track just about in P2 somehow. He's not lost too much time from doing it. He might have got a warning for exceeding track limits, and Rentbo's right behind Liam as well. And if these don't speed up or stop fighting, then the rest of the pack is going to start to catch back up again. Jake Desayer's been 1.9 seconds now. Weisheng's going to have another go at it, or he's not using any DRS. I think he might save it this time until the second DRS zone, and that would be a sensible choice because he keeps getting caught back, doesn't he? And there we go, and the tail of cars from behind as Woods is getting past Dylan. Of course he is on the soft, so Woods gets P7. We've got to focus on this battle out in front though. Weisheng, what's he going to do this time? He pulls to the inside. He goes deep. Sloth's going to try and cut it back, and I don't think that's really there for Sloth. He's going to stay side by side. He is going to stay side by side, and he's never on there for Sloth, and he was never going to get past there. And we've got a yellow flag for an AlphaTauri, and it is vintage unfortunately. Down in P17, he's had a spin on those hard tyres. Don't think he's got wing damage though, so he should be okay. So yeah, still 2 seconds between Rentbo and Jake. So this top 5 have still got enough pace to be pulling away as Brandon's getting past Chaz for P10. Those soft tyres still working well for Brandon. Next up is his teammate, the Parkter. He'll be looking to close him back up to the top, won't he, after whatever happened to him early on. I think he had a little spin. Should wait for DRS, no need to pass in the corners here. Can't fault Sheng for having to go, absolutely, yeah. No need to go for it through corners here, absolutely. Well, though we did see they do want to try and surprise, maybe, as we saw in the battle early on. It went on for about 7 laps, didn't it, between the top 2. They kept overtaken and getting overtaken again. Does seem to happen a lot here, and that's why. Oh, is that Weisheng coming into the pits? No, it isn't. It's just trying to fool someone, and we got a spin. The Alpha Fox has had a spin, and he's down in P16. And it's lucky Geordie goes it through, and Sloth's getting past Weisheng down the inside. We look at this view from McKenty, and Weisheng is in P1. Oh, and Sloth right behind then. And look, Sloth's not got DRS. Why is the one the front two cars not using DRS? McKenty's going down the inside of Sloth, and he doesn't make the move in the end. And this is getting scary to watch now. I'm getting scared. And the Alpha Fox has got a 5-second penalty speed in the pits as well, just to add to his misery. He's not had a great evening so far, has he? Brandon, I think, has got a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, he has. It's just popped up at the bottom of the screen. Anything can happen though. You know, a safety car can bring anyone back into it. Yeah, fair play to McKenty for not giving. I know Liam's a fantastic driver, but McKenty's keeping his position, isn't he? He's gonna fight it himself. And Rempo there as well. She needs to be patient as well. Just let these ones in front waste all their tyre life. And Rempo could be laughing at this as Leparkter. I'm not sure if he let his teammate pass there or not, but Brandon has got past. Obviously, he is on the soft tyres. That's why Leparkter might have let him through. But great for Brandon. He's gained 10 positions on those soft tyres in the first few laps. Someone forgot to turn on auto DRS. Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to pit again, is he? Keeps looking at us coming. Look at this. Easy this time for I Am Sloth. He breezes down. Is McKenty going to go for a move too? No. So Weisheng back down into P2. Sloth takes a move. Weisheng's going to fight it back though, isn't he? As Argentina pass Adam for P13. There we go then. Weisheng goes down the inside. And Sloth's going to fight it, man. He's going to go for a switch back. And I think Weisheng's got this move back. And absolutely he has. Oh, and Sloth's had a little bit of a wobble there. And look, Jake Lasay is 1.1 now. Off this train. He's catching back up to it. It's like after a safety car restart. It's just the DRS. And look how close and compact the field is. As look at how close the two McLarens are. Within 3 tenths of each other. They've all got DRS. They can't get past. McLarens take each other out. Would be drama, saying Cryptic Alibi. And Sloth's taken that curb again, isn't he? Which has lost him a lot of time, and he's not too far off being out of DRS range from Weisheng. It's 8 tenths now. So Weisheng is in a good place. He needs to find a couple of tenths, and then he could be free of this battle. We're looking on penalties still, aren't we? There you go, and look on tyre. There we go, that's better. Just look at the map, how close they were. I know we've had a few further back. Curly, Red and Bradfield, they're a bit further back. I haven't seen any of them in the race. 14th and 15th. Jordan 16th, we know he's pitted. Close to strategy anyway. We know he had to do a wing change though as well. We can't keep our eyes off this battle over. Sloth has closed up in that DRS, isn't he? We'll quickly look at Argentina. He's making his way through the field. He's doing well. No soft tyres now. 7 laps of them though. They won't last much longer. Sloth's closing up to Sheng again. And he goes down the inside. Oh, they touch. And Sloth gets a move back. Aggressive there from Sloth, but he did well to get it back. He went for it, and because it was 8.5 tenths and not a second, it meant Sloth still had the DRS, and it's so powerful around here that he managed to get the move back. And this is unbelievable racing yet again from these championship guys. And look how close Woods is. Oh, Weisheng nearly went up the back of Sloth there. Look how close Woods is now behind Jake Lasay. The Softs still look faster, don't they? And Sloth must be using ERS there. Yeah, he is, absolutely pulling away. Fighting from the DRS as well. Well done to McKenty and Liam and Rempo as well, watching this in front, because they have had to be so patient. Jake Lasay just can't get within DRS range yet, but Woods is doing really, really well just behind. He'll be looking to get past Jake Lasay and close onto this battle, and Rempo's close behind Liam at the moment as well. Mind you, they're all close. So this will help anyone down the bottom of the field, because these cars are making so many moves, defending and fighting against each other. It will allow them all to close back up. So Sloth now under pressure. Weisheng, I'm sure he's going to move now. He's saving his ERS, not even using it. Oh, I had to make a late dart there to the right hand side. And for probably the 10th time in this race, the lead changes hands yet again, and I'm sure it'll be about 10 seconds before it changes again. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Sloth takes the lead again. And they're side by side. Oh no, don't go side by side. Weisheng sensibly backs out, so Sloth takes the lead again. Oh wow, this is absolutely incredible. No, it's been so clean as well. They've been respectful, fast, pace. They've not lost out to the cars behind as well. They've got the pace these two have got out the front as well. It's just enough. Oh, Weisheng had to move led, and he's going to lose the position. He's going to lose out. He's going to lose out to Liam as well. No, he's not. He's not got DRS though either. So he has now got DRS. So he's lost the position there to McKenty. So now it's McKenty's chance to go and fight Sloth. I'm not sure if Sloth braked a tad earlier there, or if Weisheng just was late on the brakes, but he's outbraked himself. He had to dart out of the way, and that's sent McKenty through, although he's closing up right on the back of McKenty as well. But we know how difficult it is here to overtake another car that's got DRS. He's taking an aggressive line. Look how close he's getting to the back of that orange McLaren. Although McKenty's pretty close to Sloth, I fancy McKenty to have a go here. Although Weisheng is really going to go at McKenty, isn't he? And he's going to get P2 back just like that. Is he going to fight for P1 in the same corner? No, he's not. He's sensible there. McKenty is going to fight it back from Weisheng though. And he's took a bit too much of that curve, unfortunately. That was the chance there to win this battle for P1 and P2. Unfortunately, McKenty couldn't hold on. But he made a good go of it as well. It's unfortunate to clip a bit of that curb. And now Weisheng's caught right back up to Sloth as well. And Sloth will be thinking... Well, I won't repeat it on the stream, but I know what he'll be thinking. Jake has not managed to close up anymore, and Woods 9 lap on these soft tyres. He's done a fantastic effort to keep it going. Brandon as well in P8 done extremely well. They might be pushing for a one-stop here, soft hard. The partners in P9, Dylan in 10th, and I do apologise to the guys towards the back of the field. Curly Red getting passed by it, and he is coming to the pits. He's now put Hards onto the end. Guys at the back, obviously we've not seen much of them, but it's so hard to take our eyes off the battle between these top two. And the whole top 5 in fact, although 3rd, 4th and 5th haven't really had much of a go at each other. Jake the Slayer is still just outside DRS range. He just needs to find a tiny bit more pace somewhere in a couple of corners, and then he'll be within DRS range of Bliss. Weisheng, look how close again he is. I'm surprised McKenty maybe hasn't released Liam yet, because he might then be able to have a go at them. Liam, we don't know. It'd be something different, and maybe switch the positions back. Sounds like an Ariana Grande song, that, doesn't it? Anyway, Sloth, is he coming to the pits? No, he's not coming in the pits. He's dummied everyone there. He's really dummied Weisheng to the point where he's lost positions. And did he cross that pit line there? I'm not sure if he did. If he did, he would have got a warning for that. And Liam's down the inside. Oh, and Liam's gone absolutely flying. And Weisheng and McKenty are touching there. Weisheng keeps the position just about. And Liam's lost out to Rentber as well. Did his brakes fail? And we got a yellow flag, and it's for Woods. He's in the gravel. We're just saying how well he was doing to keep together. He'll be in the pits in this lap, I'm sure. And we see side by side there, Argentina about to get past Dylan down the inside, and Dylan swoops in a bit too much there, and that's cost Argentina time. And he might lose out here to Adam as well. He's been on the medium tyres. Adam does get that position. Well done there to Adam. So Liam, that he dived down trying to get P2 and P3 from his teammate McKenty, and he just completely outbraked himself, and he went flying, nearly took Sloth out of the lead. He did well to avoid it though. He took the more pain himself rather than going to another car, so fair play to him for that. And he's still not got DRS from being attacked from the DRS of Jake the Slayer behind. He's 1.3 behind now. But Sloth's in the lead. Weisheng still second somehow. McKenty back up to 3rd after it looked like Liam was going to get him. Rentbo now in 4th. Liam in 5th. Rentbo's incredible to be so patient. I wouldn't be able to do it, just sit there and be so patient. As we see Bradfield now past Woods on those tyres that are absolutely dead, I'd say, especially after that spin. I'm sure he'll be in the pits now. Such a shame for Woods, he was looking so good. And Sloth and Weisheng and McKenty in the pits, and Rentbo in the pits, the 4 of them in the pits. Liam takes the lead. This is Liam's chance now. He's got DRS too. Liam's chance now to really attack this lap and maybe try and pull out a position or two from the 4 cars in front. Let's have a look at where they come out in the pits then. Sloth just ahead of Weisheng, and there we go, it's McKenty and Rentbo just behind. Brandon's in for Harsey, and it's hard to the end for all of them. So this battle is just going to continue to end the race, although the pace might be slightly different on the softs though. Some might prefer the hard tyres, some might just be quicker on the softs, setting close to quali laps. But the battle resumes, and McKenty's actually 2 seconds behind the battle for the lead, so something's happened in the pits there which has cost McKenty a bit of time. So the battle between Sloth and Weisheng is now different, and they're all in clean space as well. There's 5 seconds back to Brandon from Rentbo. 7 seconds in front of Sloth is Bradfield. So you can have their own battle without being affected by traffic as well, which is effectively for the lead. I want to see what Liam does. Will he extend though? Will he extend a few more laps and then have... You know, I don't think it's worth it really, because fresher hards towards the end, it doesn't really matter so much. Got to keep our eyes on P8 and P9 for Weisheng and Sloth. Adam and Shad is close up behind Dylan as well. DJ may be lucky to even get a top 10 if no drama happens, saying Cryptic Alibi. But Dylan's under big pressure here, and Jake the Slayer is 2.7 off Liam. I wonder if he's going to come in now as well. Liam does come in then. I'm sure Jake will come in as well. They've got to, because there's nothing else to do. They want to battle for the top. They've got to... Oh, I knew that was going to happen as well. I just seen braking too late. Jake the Slayer, 5-second break with speed in the pits. Such a shame, and has effectively ruined his chances of a top finish. Adam now takes the lead of the race, and no, he doesn't, because he's now been overtaken by Shadders. Shadders takes the lead of the race, and he's on the hards from the start. Adam's on the mediums. Bradfield's in third. So Liam comes out the pits to see where he comes out. Sloth and Weisheng to see where they are, how close. Sloth is in front. Weisheng just behind. Liam comes out the pits. Oh, look at this. Liam's going to come out the pits just behind Rempo and McKenty, and Rempo's got past McKenty. Rempo had missed it. Rempo on the straight has got past McKenty. McKenty's going to fight back then. DRS and ERS activated. He does go down the inside, and Rempo on the outside cuts back in. And has McKenty got the place? Are they going to go side by side? Oh, and fantastic driving there. Rempo gets the move back. She left the car's width as well. Is McKenty going to go down the inside here? Yes, he does. And does he get the move done? Rempo's got better traction there, and McKenty's actually pulling away now. He's a little bit quicker, and McKenty gets the move back. Absolutely incredible, and it might have helped Liam catch Rempo there, as Weisheng's getting passed by Sloth. Oh, we've not seen them exchange places there before. And Sloth gets the move done. Weisheng goes into the back of Sloth. Oh, he's got to slow down here, Weisheng, before they touch. And he does. And they're just they match each other for pace. It's so similar, isn't it? It's 2.7 back to McKenty and Rempo and Liam now. So they are going slower, aren't they, really? Then these two cars here, because they've been fighting themselves. Adam's now in the pit centre. Shadow's still in the lead. Bradfield is second, and again they've both been able to coast through the field with them, the other cars just pitting, because there's been hardly any instance. And here we go then, Weisheng down the inside of Sloth, and I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a drink tonight after this, because Sloth just turned in a bit there on Weisheng, and he would have got a warning for that as well, as he cut the track. And I think he's a bit too far back to challenge Weisheng again this time, and he is. He's not going to be able to go for the move. We're going to have a look at the battle for the three cars behind. Do feel sorry for Rempo there in the middle of two orange things. An orange sandwich. Not a big fan of looking at McLaren car. I never have been. Rempo's lost a bit of traction through there, and is Liam going to go down the inside? He does go down the inside. Is he going to get the move done though? If he does, this will be an incredible move, but I think Rempo's got a bit more pace. Although Liam's going to have the outside, and he does go for it. Liam on the outside, and he gets the move done, and Rempo has got DRS. Liam's also got DRS, so from McKenty in front. Absolutely brilliant move from both McLarens there on Rempo. After Rempo was up into P3 after the pits, after one lap after the pits. So she's lost a couple of places now. She's got to focus on that. Well, it's effectively P5, isn't it? Of course, we can't forget Shadders and Bradfield out in front with the hard tyres. If there's a safety car in the next couple of laps, then they'll be looking good to put the mediums on, and they'll come out really strong. So Shadders and Bradfield just need to carry on doing what they're doing. Fantastic effort as Weisheng's taking a lot of curb, and he's got a 3-second time penalty, and he's going to get vulnerable to Sloth as well, and Sloth gets the move done. So that could be big in terms of the race win, because Weisheng now have a 3-second penalty. All that fighting good for Rempo and Liam. It was an absolutely fantastic battle, wasn't it, between them both? And we see Argentina getting past Jolly. Yes, we do. Jake the Slayer and Brandon are close. Oh, excuse me. Weisheng not close enough to challenge Sloth again, and he needs not only to get ahead of Sloth now, but to hope Sloth gets a penalty or pull 3 seconds in front of Sloth. Curly Red's getting past Ayrton for P15. Good move there from Curly Red. Ayrton on the medium has been on for 12 laps too, so we'll have to pit for some more mediums I think over the next couple of laps. He's going to go for the fight back though. Curly Red takes it inside. Ayrton's going to be on the outside, and is he going to fight it? Ayrton goes a bit too wide. I think he thinks we're doing the Bahrain short from the end of last season, and he lets Curly Red have the position back. Let's go and have a look back at the front then. Sloth in third. Weisheng just I think it's the longest spell in the race. We've not seen them overtake each other. Soft's been in front for about a lap and a half now. McKenty still 5th, Liam 6th, Rentbo 7th. I don't think Shadders and Bradfield... I think Bradfield might be doing the same strategy. He is in the commentary with us, I completely forgot.
Yeah.
He's going to go for the hard soft again, so he's going to try and go to lap 20 and then put soft possibly lap 21 if he's got enough tyre wear, and then go soft to the end. I'm not sure if Shadders is going to do the same, but if not, he'll be coming in the next lap or two for medium tyres. Vice Sheng's closer this time to Sloth then. He's got more, he's got much more ERS. DRS is open, and there we go then. Down the inside, Sloth's really going to fight it though this time on the outside, and he's going to have the line on the inside as well, and Sloth keeps the position, but it does mean Vice Sheng's got DRS again, and I think that might actually help Vice Sheng. And Redbow's getting past McKenty. McKenty spun, so Sloth and Vice Sheng are still fighting. McKenty has spun then. We've got to keep our eyes on this battle for now, and they touch. Vice Sheng keeps the lead. Sloth's gone a bit wider. McKenty spun, and I'm not sure if he made contact with one of the cars, Rentbo or Liam, because we are watching the battle for the top two. That's the thing, we got two fantastic battles go on. You don't know which one to watch. And McKenty has lost it somewhere. I'm not sure if he's spun. Has he got wing damage? He hasn't got wing damage, so he hasn't hit the wall. He'll still be gutted though, because it's put him quite a lot of places back, because it's so compact on the grid at the moment. I'm not sure if he, like I say, it was a place where we've seen cars lose it before, just like this place is here. But with two cars so close, it wouldn't have surprised me if there was contact with another car there. Obviously we'll find out after the race, but he won't be happy with that, because he was fighting for a podium there, especially with that 3-second penalty for Vice Sheng. If they could have closed up, could have been even more. And we think Sloth's had a warning at least, so he needs to be careful too. And this time Sloth's a bit further back, but the DRS is so short. And yeah, look, it's 1.8 back to Liam now. So Liam and Rentbo are both catching up. And Brandon's looking incredibly good. He's going to overtake Jake the Slayer, is he? He's out of ERS, so I doubt he will here. Oh, did he go for it? He did go for it down the inside. Jake the Slayer's going to fight it on the outside though, and he takes the position back. Good fight in there between Jake and McKenty's getting past Julie down the inside. Julie doesn't fight it too hard. McKenty, he wants to get through the field as quickly as he can, and he's made a good start to it as well. He's got the DRS too. I don't know how he's done that. Sloth and Vice Sheng, and still 3 temps between them. I'll just split up for 5 minutes so I can give my voice a rest. Oh, Rentbo then. Rentbo's close behind Liam still, and because there's not 3 of them in the train this time, of course they're going to have their own little battle now, because Liam's not got DRS from the car in front to defend. So Rentbo will be able to close up pretty nicely here. Sloth still a few attempts behind Vice Sheng. If Bradfield wins, I'll down another bottle of Southern, saying young Tommy. I'll down a bottle of bleach if Bradfield wins. I wouldn't be able to live with it. Vice Sheng then still 3.5 temps ahead of Sloth. And if Sloth gets a 3-second penalty, that would make this a proper battle. I mean, it's fantastic still to watch, but watching this, you know that Sloth's going to have to win if he stays as it is. But then also Liam and Rentbo would really come into play for the win too then. Can't wait for the interviews after the race. As if they join. But yeah, Vice Sheng, he's not even using ERS here, and Rentbo set the fastest lap, and Brandon's hit the wall. He's not got wing damage though, and he's ghosting back on. I'm not quite sure why he's turning. Rentbo's getting past Liam, they're fighting. Rentbo's on the inside here, and Liam's still in front. Rentbo just in behind, and she's not got the DRS over, so she went for it and lost it. Julie's back in the pits, and Brandon was having a fantastic race, and then he's just spun it, isn't he, I think. Such a shame that he's down to P13 now, so that will help McKenty go back up through the field though. Oh, and Rentbo's lost it. Rentbo's lost it. She's spun on the curb. She's just avoided the wall, but we did manage to see that. Rentbo's lost it herself now. She's hit too much of that curb, and she does rejoin back in P8 though. She'd have, well, nice little spin around there, but she's down in P8, well, ahead of Argentina and ahead of McKenty as well. But everyone's on equal strategy now, up in front of them. So Vice Sheng, it's effectively P1. Shadders and Bradfield still P1 and P2, don't forget. They'll be coming in for softs now, I'm pretty sure. We know Bradfield was already, because he's in commentary box speaking to us about it. But Shadders will probably be doing the same thing. They'll be pitting the next couple of laps, you'd think. Not this lap, but probably lap 19 or 20. 20 would obviously be best for him. Rentbo's now got a 3-second penalty as well. And she's struggling on those hard tyres. And she's under pressure from Argentina and McKenty as well. She's got no DRS from the car in front. And Sloth's now set the fastest lap on the hard tyres. So the track's definitely getting quicker. And Sloth's getting quicker as he goes past Weisheng as well down to turn 1. Didn't even need the braking zone. Bradfield's got a 3-second penalty. And yeah, he says stupid. We have had 6 cars get 3-second penalties. Urkel's got 7 penalties on there, but one's a 5-second one for Jake. And Weisheng has hit Sloth there. He's hit the back of him. As we see Adam getting past Dylan for P11 as well, and they're fighting it out. And Adam, that's a great move there from Adam. Might have made a bit of contact there, but he's got the place back. And Woods on curly red as well. Woods has taken a position. And Ayrton's in the pits in 16 laps on those medium tyres. Incredible effort. It means he can go on the softs to the end. Well done there. And Sloth and Weisheng still having this battle then. Rentbo's still in P8. Such a shame Rentbo and McKenty have had their spins. It's almost handed Liam that final podium spot now. Gets 4.7 back to Jake, and he's got a 5-second penalty too. So Sloth is in the lead, and of course with the penalty to Weisheng at the moment, it put Liam second, Weisheng in P3, and at the moment Leparks is going to be P4. Argentina's currently 5th with Rentbo's penalty too. Of course, there's still 10 laps left. Anything can happen. Anyone can still win. Cryptic, you're being very rude to this poor man. Not quite sure what's going on there. I think I'll leave that to you. Haven't really paid much attention. Oh, there we go. Shadows is now coming in. So's Bradfield on lap 19 as well, possibly a lap early. Sloth's got DRS on the car in front, but Weisheng's still going to get the move done. Liam now moves up to P3, and Alpha Fox is now coming out of the pits. He is a lap down, unfortunately. That might put the cars off as well, but Sloth is going to fight it.
Oh, it's put me on the mediums. Oh, I didn't change the tyres.
Oh, that is really silly.
Yeah.
So Sloth on the outside, and they're going to fight it yet again. Sloth, he does clip in. He nearly makes contact. Really good there from Sloth. He got a better exit, and he gets the position. Adam and Dylan are still fighting for P9 and P10, and Bradfield and Shadows come out 12th and 13th. So Bradfield's not looking too good now because he's on the medium tyres, but he will still have pace, and Dylan's getting back past Adam for P9. Adam's going to fight it round the outside. He's got a bit of traction, lost a bit of traction there, and he's had to concede that position to Dylan. He's got to watch out because Brandon's closing up behind, and Liam is now closing up within DRS range of these 2 cars in front, and Brandon's managed to get past Adam as well. Great move there from Brandon. Parker in P5, and Rentbo's done absolutely fantastic to get out of DRS range from Argentina. 1.2 back to Argentina now, and he's going to be under pressure from McKenty, Adam and Brandon. I'm not sure what's happened to Brandon there. Has he gone off the track? He's not quite sure what's going on there with Brandon. Not sure if he's just lagged out, but he's going incredibly slow. He's losing time as Woods is getting past Curly Red. Curly Red's Adam on Shadows in for P10, and now he's going to go on Dylan as well. Dylan's careful there. He's just swoops on the outside, so Dylan keeps the position. Adam fighting that. He's going to lose out to Shadows too, and Bradfield's closing up close behind as well for P12. Ayrton sets fastest lap on those soft tyres. He's down in P17 though. Of course, the fastest lap, a point does count though, doesn't it? No matter where you finish, as long as you finish, you will get a point for fastest laps. Alpha Fox is going to be going for that as well, although he is a lap down. Vintage, of course, in P18. Not had much to say about Vintage in this race. Of course, it's all been at the top. Internet connections not quality enough, whatever. And look, it's a second between Weisheng and Sloth. Exact same gap between Sloth and Liam. I'm not sure if Sloth's got DRS. Sloth has not got DRS then. I think that's the first time in 22 laps, well, apart from the few laps at the start, that he's not had DRS, as Brandon's getting passed by Woods. Of course, Brandon hopefully can get back in the session. Weisheng, and will he be able to pull clear now? Somehow Sloth's got DRS even though he's further back. Liam's got DRS though as well, so Liam and Sloth, this is the battle for the win with that penalty for Weisheng. And Rentbo is closing back up. She's 2.4 clear of McKenty now. In clean air, she might be able to catch up to the Park as well. Of course, she's got that 3-second penalty, so she needs a bit of an advantage. Jake Deslay's got a 5-second penalty, don't forget about that. That rules him out of it, and the podium's looking pretty sealed, isn't it? Unless one of these three... is that lock up there? Unless one of these three at the front a spin out or have an instant, which we know can happen around here. It's so easy to lose traction. We've seen McKenty do it. We think McKenty did it anyway. We saw Rempo do it when we were on board with her. Weisheng's now 1.5 seconds in the lead. He's really pulled away from Sloth. I'm not sure what's happened to Sloth. He's really started to slow down, and he's being caught by Liam now as well. He's nearly within a second. If he can get DRS on this straight, he'll really be able to close up to him. William in the comments saying, I love Adam's race, and he's got a secret aggression about him, and he makes sure he gets what he wants. He had a fantastic race, Adam, actually, isn't he? He's down in P11, but he's on for, he could be close to his first points of the season. He's closing up to Dylan. That's a really good battle. Argentina's got a 3-second penalty now as well, so it's looking good for Shadders there. Jawley's got a 3-second penalty now, and Sloth is 2 seconds off Weisheng. Weisheng suddenly managed to pull some pace out the bag. He's only a second away from the win now, because he's obviously got a 3-second penalty. As Argentina's getting past McKenty, they're fighting again. The former teammates used to be at Haas together last year. McKenty has got that move, and he got the DRS as well, so McKenty's going to take that P7 then, stay there. 2.3 now between Weisheng and Sloth. Sloth's not sure, he's got no wing damage. I'm not sure why. He's just started to lose some pace so Sloth, because he's been caught by Liam now as well. I think Weisheng has really started to put the hammer down as well, but Sloth's definitely going slower because Liam's really closing up to the back of him now. And Liam's got the DRS. He's not going to be close enough though this time. Just going to follow him through his curves. Got to avoid making any mistakes, save up his ERS. Both got the same amounts of ERS really. And while Sloth is defending against Liam, that is going to help Weisheng pull away. And after 21 laps of constantly fighting within a second of each other, all of a sudden it's 2.7 seconds. And Sloth's really starting to lose out this phase of the race, and I think now he's going to lose P2 as well. Liam's got the DRS and he breezes past Sloth, and Liam takes P2, and now it's up to Liam to charge down to Weisheng. He's just got to stay within 3 seconds and avoid penalties, because Weisheng's got that 3-second penalty. He's now 2.8 as Shadders is now getting past Argentina on the straight, easily done on those fresh soft tyres. And Ayrton's getting past Brandon for P16. Brandon's still not in the session, unfortunately. And Vintage and Alpha Fox are a lot further back. They've not had the best race. We saw Vintage have a spin earlier on. Alpha Fox did as well. I've had quite a few spins, but still no safety cars and still no DNF, so I cannot complain. As Woods and Curly Red, and they're battling all the time, aren't they, Woods and Curly Red? Oh, Curly Red's fighting it back. He's started to spin a little bit there, and he's going to have DRS, and he's going to get the position back. Fantastic racing again from these guys. Woods has got the pace though, so he's going to stay level. Is he going to fight it round the outside? He is going to fight it, but he's just lost out, I think, there. Yeah, he has. Curly Red's got the position. Marcy saying, oh, with Cryptic ending up having 4 houses in 4 countries. Cryptic playing Monopoly. Yeah, I'm not sure what Cryptic is up to. Obviously, he can't race at the moment with his PlayStation being useless. There we go. Liam is still 2.8 seconds. Still 2.8. 336 comments. Brilliant. Happy with that. Liam 2.9. I do think Weisheng is going to get to that 3-second mark anytime soon. And there it is, look, we can see 3 seconds. So Weisheng, unless it, oh, Alpha Fox is retired. Oh, he's retired in the pits. Oh, that's ruined the run of I was hoping to get 2 races in a row as Shadders passes McKenty for P7. He is storming through the field. If only Bradfield put the softs on as well. Oh, they're side by side. Oh, Shadders has had to back out there. Such a shame from the Alpha Fox. We don't retire. We obviously has a penalty now for the Alpha Fox. He'll be on minus points after today. No DNFs last week. Looked like we're going to have none today either, but Dylan, oh, what's that yellow flag for? Oh, it's for the Alpha Fox's car. And that is why we don't retire on the pits. Because that has completely ruined that battle between Curly Red and Woods and Jawley, because now Woods is further back. Hope none of them have got wing damage, because that is from a car coming out of the pits. And Jawley's got wing damage from it again, and it's such a shame for Jawley. And that is why, oh, he's going to go for a move. No, he's not. That is why we do not retire in the pits. not so much about the records, but they're there for reasons. Dylan's lost a position by cutting a corner, getting a penalty for it, and now he's under pressure from Bradfield as well. Look how close this is, the battle for P10. Dylan and Bradfield have got penalties though, so Adam at the moment is his P10 to lose. As Julie's getting past Curly Red, he's a long way back though anyway, so shouldn't impact the points that instant. But Bradfield now fighting with Dylan, and Bradfield's getting the move done. He's going to have DRS as well. Shadow's now getting past McKenty again, and he's braked really early though. Not sure, I was about to say this time he's going to get a move done, but McKenty's late on the brakes and he gets the move back, and he's got DRS too, so he's going to keep that for another lap. And Bradfield and Adam are fighting out for P10. Bradfield gets the move done and he has the DRS too, but Adam's got a slipstream and he's got to fight it back. Adam's going to go down the inside, Bradfield's on the outside, on the fresher tyres, on the quicker tyres too. They made contact and Bradfield keeps a position. Curly Red's getting past Julie into turn 1. Julie fights it back though, and he goes over the curve. He's got DRS, he's got the ERS too, and he's going to get that position back, Curly Red. Julie's struggling with that wing damage of course. Woods right behind. 3.4 seconds between P1 and P2 then. Sloth's 6 tenths further back. I really don't know where his pace has gone in this stage of the race, the last few laps. Just 3 laps left when they cross the line. Liam needs to find 4 tenths from somewhere. Yeah, it is still 3 seconds. Jake Deslayer, P4, he's had a fantastic race. He is. Sloth's got a 3-second penalty now as well. So there we go, and it's really looking unlikely that Sloth's going to win this now. It is. And Liam is back to within 2.8 seconds. I'm not sure where Weisheng's lost some time there, but as it stands, Liam's going to win the race. That's close. Weisheng and Liam, they're the two to be watching out for. Sloth might still have something to do with it though, if he can get past Liam and hold him up. So with the penalties, Shadow's getting past McKenty again. He's going for it. This time he's late on the brakes and he gets the move done. He's going to have the DRS too, but McKenty, he's out of ERS as well, so Shadows finally gets that P7 and he keeps it this time. Well done there to Shadows. Bradfield in P10 still struggling to get a shrug off Adam. Woods goes down past Curly Red, gets the move done. Curly Red's had a fantastic debut, no incidents at all. He's run a solid race, battling the whole way. And it's 2.7 between Weisheng and Liam, and of course Liam pitted that lap later, so he's on 1 lap fresher hard tyres. Might that have something to do with it? Trying to work it out. Jake's got 5 seconds of penalties, Rembo's got 3, so as it stands Leparto will be 5th. No, Leparto will be 4th, Jake Deslayer will be 5th, Rembo will be 6th still. And then with the penalties, Argentina will still be 9th, and Adam will go up to P10 unless Bradfield can find a few seconds, but he's on fresh medium, so Bradfield can find more time, I'm sure. 2 laps left then. Where the hell did that lap go? That went quick. Sloth's pace drop is baffling me. Me too, Serious Mushroom. 22 laps side by side for the lead, and all of a sudden loses about 3-4 seconds within 3-4 laps. Not sure where it's gone, but it was good while it lasted. It was fantastic racing to see. We couldn't expect that the whole race. Gave my voice a bit of a rest anyway. I had to quieten down now as well, because I'm really struggling. It's 3.2 now though between Weisheng and Liam. 3.1, 3.2. That 1 lap fresher tyres might really help him on the last lap. Look at those tyre marks where the car's been braking there. Sloth's, he's just got DRS. Rembo's closing up to the Parkter. Of course she's got the penalty though, or 3 seconds, but she'll still go for the move if she gets there, because the Parkter could still get a penalty himself yet. Can Shadows close within 3 seconds on those soft tyres? I should think on 7 laps those tyres have probably seen the best of their life now though. That'd be a difficult ask. It's 3.3, 3.4. Liam needs to find 4 attempts. He's going to get DRS from the Ghost of Brandon, or is he? Is he going to get DRS from the Ghost of Brandon? On the straight he is, so that's really, it's half a second with 1 lap to go now as Weisheng crosses the line. This is going to help Liam. As you see, look at the time closing down with that DRS. He's gained 3 temps, he's gained 4 temps just from that DRS from lapping Brandon. It's 3.1. This could be incredibly close. He's made a bit of a mistake there. He's got close to the curb. He's still got Sloth to worry about as well. And Weisheng's got 4 attempts again. Now he's pulling out the time when it's needed. We'll go on board of him. What a fantastic race this has been. We had a couple of spins, a couple of little hits, and obviously one car retiring, which we don't like to see at all, but even still it's been a fantastic race. We had no safety car of any sort, and it is 3.5 seconds now between Weisheng and Liam, so it does look as if it is going to be Weisheng's race, but you never know until the final corner. One more sector to go then, once he comes out of this corner. Oh, it got down to 3.2 there, avoid that curb. It's 4 attempts now. As we look further down, Rembo's been 1.1, not going to be close enough to challenge. Oh, Liam just went over that curb there, cost him even more time. 3.6 seconds, there we go, and we can comfortably say Weisheng, as he starts powering down the straight, oh, don't weave too much, he crosses the line, Weisheng, and he wins the Bahrain Grand Prix. He risked it there by weaving, but he knew he had enough time. Well done to Weisheng, incredible. Liam takes P2, Sloth P3, unfortunately couldn't keep it up towards the end. Jake the Slayer then, he's going to lose that place to Leparc. Unfortunately Leparc lost places early on. Rembo takes P6, another P6 for her. Shadows in P7, McKenty in P8, Rembo and McKenty, what could have been for them, because they both had spins as well. Argentina P9, Adam gets his first point of the season, P10, well done to Adam. Point in which 18 drivers finished. In a really competitive league this season as well. Bradfield close behind. Well done to Adam there. Dylan in 12th reserving today. Of course had that incident qualifying, which I'm sure will report for us. Solid 12th for him. Woods further back in 13th. Julie, really unlucky Julie today. Went for it in quali on a softs. He got wing damage twice. Curly Red in 15th, which we like to see on his debut.
P11.
Liam, yeah, gets driver of the day, and he'll definitely be one nominated for us. When he started down in P10, he weren't happy about that. Well done Jake, same mask. Yeah, Jake did really well. P5 for Jake the Slayer, really help him push up in the standings. There we go, and there it is confirmed, P10 to P2. Well done Liam. Weisheng though, incredible, won the race. Who got the fastest lap point? I think it was Ayrton. It was Ayrton, there we go. So Ayrton also gets a point for fastest lap, despite finishing in P16. That was there for Alpha Fox to take as well. I'm not sure why he didn't go for it. And he won it quite comfortably, and 128.4, only won the 128s. So there we go, and there's confirmation of it. Vintage again, 17th. Brandon unfortunately couldn't rejoin the session for whatever reason. We'll quickly get the top 3 in and have a little word with them. So Sloth, Liam and Weisheng. I'm not sure if they'll all join or not, but we'll see. Yep, they're now invited them in. Again, no, fantastic race, you have to say. 2 races in a row now for the championship without a safety car. Of course, just a 1 DNF, which was in the pits as well. It was a really good race. Did you enjoy that, Justin? No, he didn't. You had the penalty. Yeah, and you can't hear me again because I'm on the blimmin' party screen, yeah. Oh well, I'm off it now. None of them have joined us yet anyway, but there we go, Liam's joined us now anyway. We'll quickly speak to Liam, not sure the other 2 are going to join. Sloth didn't last week, but anyway, Liam, P10 to P2, you've got to take that. Oh, he's not got his headset in yet. We'll wait for Liam to get his headset in, that might help. Have a quick look through the comments then. Straight in there saying Liam, yeah, we'll just let him find his headset. GG the top 3 saying Serious Motion. What a battle, me and Dylan had saying Adam. And yeah, it was a fantastic battle, wasn't it? Really enjoyed watching that. Of course, towards the end of the race, the battle between the top three started to fade away, didn't it? So we did turn to that battle between Adam and Dylan in the middle of the pack. We have got a lot of it on the stream, Adam, don't you worry. DJ, why did you put end of lap 3? Could have gone to... He had wing damage, Jake. He had quite bad wing damage. So we'll have to see about that. Are you there yet, Liam?
I am indeed.
He is there, yeah, brilliant. Great race, mate. P10 to P2. How was that for you?
Yeah, I don't know what happened at the start. That was an absolute blinder. I just managed to get on the outside of everyone and just drive straight round, so that kind of set the race up nicely. But it was the coming together with me and McKenty that caused his spin.
Oh, was it?
I don't know if it was my fault or not yet, but I've apologised to him on Discord if it was.
Yeah, it's so hard though. Like we say, there's so many battles so close together. Something has to give way sometimes when it's that close. It's so similar pace, and then, you know, side by side, it's always going to happen at some point. But even still though, after you qualify, I know you weren't too happy with that. Did you think you had the win in sight at the end?
I think Vaisheng probably had it covered. But obviously it made it very tense. But I did say, I was speaking to somebody in a party earlier and I just said that I'm quicker when it's on mediums and hards. I just don't get the softs to work around here. So I did think that I had a chance, but I think I got the maximum.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm saying personally, I'm much quicker on the medium and hards than I am on the softs. Still slow, but yeah, absolutely get what you're saying there. Anyway, fantastic race, Liam. P2 there. Definitely going to be one of the 3 nominees for Driver of the Day. And that'll do us for tonight anyway. Another brilliant race for the championship. No safety car yet again. Just a 1 DNF, which has ruined the streak, unfortunately. Anyway, thank you all for watching. And thanks to everyone for racing. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the Premier League at about 7:25. Thank you very much. And good night.